Are you eating blueberries for their health benefits, but still struggling with inflammation, fatigue, or stubborn belly fat?
Here's a surprising truth. Blueberries, which are often hailed as one of the healthiest fruits on the planet, can actually become harmful, even toxic, when combined with certain common foods. Especially for adults over 60, these combinations can quietly sabotage your metabolism, spike blood sugar, inflame your joints, and accelerate aging.
But let me be clear, the blueberries themselves aren't the problem. It's what you're eating with them, or right after them. That's turning a powerful anti-aging food into a metabolic disruptor. Blueberries are packed with antioxidants like anthocyanins. They support your brain, protect your DNA, reduce oxidative stress, and even help improve insulin sensitivity. But when you pair them with the wrong foods, especially certain proteins, fats, or sweeteners, those benefits can vanish. Or worse, flip into something inflammatory. Here sits what's really going on inside your body. After 60, your digestion slows down. Your insulin sensitivity typically drops. Your liver becomes more vulnerable to dietary triggers. And your mitochondria, the tiny engines in your cells that generate energy, are more easily disrupted by food combinations that increase glycation, oxidative stress, or lipotoxicity. That's why this video is so important, because it's not just about blueberries. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly
Why blueberries go from anti-aging to pro-inflammatory when paired with these three common foods.
what happens inside your gut, liver, and blood sugar system when these combinations occur.
And most importantly, what to eat instead to protect your metabolism, boost energy, and actually harness the full longevity benefits of blueberries. We'll break this down step by step, using real physiology, simple analogies, and clear takeaways you can use immediately. I'll also give you natural food swaps and timing strategies that support digestion, protect insulin balance, and amplify fat burning without giving up the foods you love. And if this is helpful so far, consider subscribing. I post videos like this every day to help you optimize your metabolic health naturally without medication.
Let's dive in. Let's start with the first food that turns blueberries from a superfood into an inflammatory trigger, and that's low-fat yogurt.
Now, this combination might sound familiar. Maybe you've seen it in health magazines, hospital menus, or even breakfast ads. A bowl of blueberries with a scoop of low-fat yogurt. It's marketed as clean, light, and perfect for heart health. But for people over 60, this healthy combo can backfire badly. Let me explain why with a simple analogy.
Think of your digestive system like a campfire. Blueberries, when eaten alone, are like adding dry twigs. They're full of antioxidants and polyphenols that burn clean and help reduce cellular inflammation.
Why? Here sits what sits really going on inside your body.
When you remove fat from yogurt, food manufacturers often add starches, milk solids, or sugar substitutes to improve the taste and texture. Even unsweetened, low-fat yogurts can contain maltodextrin or skim milk powder, both of which have a higher glycemic index than table sugar.
Result? A metabolic mismatch that spikes insulin, stresses your pancreas, and promotes belly fat, especially dangerous after 60, when your insulin sensitivity is already declining.
And that's not all. Newer research shows that low-fat dairy products may interfere with polyphenol absorption in the gut. One study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that the presence of dairy proteins like casein can actually bind to anthocyanins, the antioxidants in blueberries, and reduce their bioavailability. Translation: the most powerful part of the blueberry, the antioxidant punch, gets neutralized before your cells even get a chance to use it. So what stands the fix? Here sits the protocol.
If you enjoy yogurt with blueberries, switch to a full-fat unsweetened Greek yogurt, preferably grass-fed. Even better, enjoy your blueberries on their own or with a spoonful of coconut cream or a small handful of raw walnuts, which provide healthy fats that actually enhance polyphenol absorption and keep blood sugar stable. Avoid mixing blueberries with processed low-fat dairy, flavored yogurts, or those light probiotic blends that sneak in thickeners, gums, and artificial sweeteners.
And if this insight is making sense so far, consider subscribing. I release videos daily to help you reverse hidden metabolic traps like this one naturally and safely. Next, we'll uncover the second food that turns blueberries into a blood sugar grenade, and it's something many seniors are unknowingly adding to healthy smoothies every morning. Let's move to the second food that turns blueberries from anti-inflammatory to blood sugar spiking, and that's oats.
Now, this one might surprise you because for decades, oats have been marketed as the ultimate heart-healthy breakfast. You've probably seen those images, a warm bowl of oatmeal, topped with blueberries, maybe a drizzle of honey, and a label that says lowers cholesterol.
Here's what's really going on inside your body.
Blueberries are low glycemic by themselves, but when you pair them with oats, especially instant or rolled oats, you introduce a dense load of starch, mostly amylopectin a highly absorbable carbohydrate that spikes glucose quickly. Your body responds with a big surge of insulin. But if you're over 60, your insulin receptors are likely more resistant, meaning that insulin hangs around longer, pushing your body into fat storage mode while simultaneously crashing your energy a few hours later.
Let me explain with a real-world analogy.
Imagine blueberries as a calm, slow-moving stream, nourishing, antioxidant-rich, and gentle on your metabolism.
Now imagine pouring a bucket of gasoline, that's the oats, into that stream. Suddenly, what was calm becomes volatile. Your pancreas is forced into overdrive. Your liver has to convert excess glucose into fat. And your brain, which depends on stable glucose, now rides a roller coaster of highs and crashes. But aren't set oats full of fiber?
Yes, but that's not the whole story.
Most commercial oats today, especially the quick cooking or steel cut varieties, have been processed in a way that reduces their resistant starch and increases surface area, making them digest faster and spike blood sugar more aggressively.
And get this, studies show that combining high glycemic carbs with fructose-rich fruits like blueberries can increase advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, sticky compounds that damage your blood vessels, stiffen collagen in joints, and speed up skin aging. So what sets the solution?
Here sets a simple protocol. If you want a blueberry breakfast, skip the oats entirely.
Instead, pair blueberries with a protein-fat combo, like pasture-raised eggs chia pudding, made with full-fat coconut milk, or even a scoop of clean collagen in water or almond milk.
In the next section, we'll look at the third food, and this one is the most deceptive of all. It's marketed as a health booster, but it can actually turn the antioxidants in blueberries into oxidative stress. And chances are, it's already in your morning smoothie. The third food that turns blueberries toxic, especially for seniors, is one you'll often find hiding in health smoothies or protein shakes. It's thus whey protein isolate.
Now, don't get me wrong, protein is essential, especially after 60 when you're fighting sarcopenia, muscle wasting, and declining metabolism. But the type of protein you choose matters deeply. And whey isolate, despite its popularity, is often the worst companion for blueberries. Here's the why.
Whey protein isolate is a highly refined form of dairy protein that's been stripped of fats, carbohydrates, and often even the bioactive peptides found in whole food dairy. What's left is almost pure denatured protein, typically heated, acid-treated, and processed to increase shelf life and absorption speed. Now, when you take a beautiful antioxidant-rich food like blueberries and blend it with this ultra-processed powder, you create a metabolic mismatch. Let me explain what's really going on inside your body. Imagine blueberries as little repair crews packed with anthocyanins ready to sweep up free radicals, repair cellular damage, and support brain and vascular health. Now imagine whey protein isolate as a team of speeding trucks with no brakes racing into your bloodstream, rapidly raising amino acid levels and demanding insulin to shuttle them into cells. When these two collide, especially first thing in the morning, it can lead to
A surge in insulin that blocks fat burning for hours.
a drop in antioxidant availability. Some studies show dairy proteins can bind to blueberry polyphenols and reduce their uptake. Gut disruption, especially if you have even mild lactose intolerance, casein sensitivity, or a leaky gut. And here's sets where it gets dangerous after 60. Your gut lining naturally thins with age. Digestive enzymes decline, and your immune system becomes more reactive to food antigens. And this isn't just theoretical.
A 2021 review in Frontiers in Nutrition highlighted how processed whey proteins, especially isolates and hydrolysates, may promote gut inflammation in sensitive individuals, especially when consumed with acidic fruits or after fasting.
Combine that with the blood sugar effect of blending fruit, and now you're spiking insulin, stressing your liver, and compromising the gut barrier, all in what was supposed to be a healthy shake. So, what sets the fix?
Here sits a safer protocol. If you use protein powder, choose a grass-fed whey concentrate, collagen peptides, or a plant-based blend that's low in lectins and additives.
Pair blueberries with proteins that digest more slowly and support gut health, like eggs, collagen, chia seeds, or even goat milk kefir if tolerated.
Avoid combining fruit with ultra-fast digesting proteins, especially in a blender. Blending accelerates glucose absorption by breaking down fiber, and when you throw whey isolate on top, it's a metabolic double whammy.
And most importantly, always read the label.
Many whey isolate powders contain xanthan gum, carrageenan, sucralose, or natural flavors, all of which can trigger bloating, brain fog, and inflammation in older adults.
If this is resonating so far and you're learning something new, consider liking the video and subscribing. This channel is all about uncovering the hidden things that affect your metabolism and giving you natural science-backed strategies to heal.
Next up, we'll cover a counterintuitive truth: why timing matters more than food quality when it comes to blueberries, and how eating them at the wrong time of day can fuel fat gain and brain fog, especially after 60.
So far, we've talked about three foods that turn blueberries from helpful to harmful, but now let's explore something even more subtle and often overlooked.
Timing.
Because even if you pair blueberries with the right foods, eating them at the wrong time of day can still spike fat storage, disrupt your energy, and block your metabolism's natural rhythm, especially after 60. Think of your metabolism like a 24-hour hormonal symphony. Different hormones rise and fall based on the time of day, light exposure, and what you eat. Two of the key players in this rhythm are insulin and cortisol.
Cortisol is your wake-up hormone. It rises naturally in the morning to help you feel alert, but it also makes your body more insulin resistant early in the day, especially during the first 60 to 90 minutes after waking.
That means if you eat blueberries first thing in the morning, when cortisol is high and insulin sensitivity is low, you sit more likely to spike your blood sugar and stall fat burning for several hours. And it's thus not just theory. A 2022 study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that older adults who consumed even moderate amounts of carbohydrate-rich fruit within 30 minutes of waking had significantly higher postprandial glucose and insulin spikes, especially compared to those who delayed their first meal by 1-2 hours. Imagine your metabolism as a sponge. In the morning, it's dry. not ready to absorb sugars efficiently. By mid-morning or early afternoon, it's hydrated, more capable of handling natural sugars like those in blueberries.
Here's your protocol. Start your day with pure fat, like MCT oil in black coffee, or a protein plus fat combo, like eggs and avocado, to keep insulin low and fat burning high. If you're intermittent fasting, break your fast with protein and fiber, and add blueberries later as a metabolic bonus, not the first bite. This is even more important after 60, because your circadian rhythm, the internal clock that governs hormones, digestion, and brain function, becomes more fragile with age.
Poor timing can lead to more fat storage, especially visceral belly fat.
Slower cognitive function and mental fatigue.
And don't forget, even natural sugars, like those in blueberries, can behave like processed sugar when eaten at the wrong time. So, if you're trying to lose fat, protect brain function, or improve energy after 60, when you eat matters just as much as what you eat. Coming up next, we'll bust a popular myth about frozen blueberries and how the way you store and prepare them can either boost your antioxidant power or destroy it. So far, we have uncovered the foods and timing mistakes that sabotage blueberries. But there steps one more trap most people don't have to even think about: how you store and prepare your blueberries. This might sound small, but the truth is, the way you freeze, thaw, and even blend blueberries can determine whether you're getting a full dose of antioxidants or just a sugary mush with almost zero nutritional value. And this matters even more after 60, when your cells are more vulnerable to oxidative stress, mitochondrial decline, and chronic inflammation. You want those blueberries working for you, not giving you a false sense of health. Let's start with freezing. Now, freezing itself is not the problem. In fact, studies show that freezing preserves up to 90% of the nutrients in blueberries if done correctly. The real issue comes when blueberries are thawed improperly, overblended, or microwaved, which can destroy the very compounds that make them so powerful.
Here's what's really going on inside your body and inside the blueberry.
Blueberries get their deep blue-purple color from anthocyanins, a family of polyphenols that help reduce inflammation, support memory, and protect your blood vessels. But these compounds are heat sensitive and oxygen sensitive. So if you thaw your frozen blueberries in the microwave, leave them sitting in a bowl for hours.
Or toss them in a high-speed blender for 60 seconds.
Let me give you a simple analogy. Think of antioxidants like little firefighters ready to put out cellular fires of inflammation and oxidative stress.
Now imagine leaving them in the sun, running them through a blender, and cooking them before they ever reach the fire. They're exhausted, damaged, and ineffective by the time they arrive. A 2019 study in food chemistry found that anthocyanin content dropped by 22% just from thawing blueberries at room temperature for 4 hours. Another study found that microwaving blueberries for just 1 minute reduced antioxidant activity by nearly 40% due to thermal breakdown of polyphenols.
So what's the right way?
Here is the protocol. Avoid leaving them exposed to air or light. Anthocyanins degrade with oxygen exposure. And skip heating them into oatmeal or pancakes. High heat cooking destroys more than half the antioxidant potential. Also, avoid those packaged frozen smoothie blends with added pineapple, banana, or fruit juice concentrates.
These raise fructose load, reduce fiber, and spike blood sugar, turning a simple berry into a metabolic trap. Here's a powerful tip.
If this kind of breakdown is helping you make better choices, tap the like button and subscribe. This channel is here to give you the real science behind everyday foods so you can stay lean, strong, and energized for decades. Now in the final core section, we'll tie it all together and I'll show you the ideal way to eat blueberries after 60 to maximize fat loss, brain health, and longevity.
Now that we've covered what not to do, Let's flip the script. Because blueberries, when used correctly, are one of the most powerful foods for people over 60.
They protect your brain, lower inflammation, support vascular health, and may even improve muscle regeneration and insulin sensitivity.
But you have to eat them right in a way that works with your body's physiology, not against it.
Here sits the secret. Context is everything.
Your metabolism is like a fire.
To burn clean and hot, it needs protein and fat as the logs.
Blueberries are like a handful of pine needles, fragrant, powerful, but they don't sustain the fire. If you dump them onto a cold fire without logs, like by eating them alone, or with oats or with whey isolate, you get a smoky, unstable burn.
Here sits what research shows.
Other studies suggest blueberries can enhance mitochondrial biogenesis in muscle cells, helping reverse some age-related muscle decline, but only when insulin is stable. So here sits the protocol, your ideal blueberry blueprint after 60.
Eat them with or after protein and fat. Examples: blueberries stirred into a bowl of full-fat Greek yogurt with walnuts.
A handful of blueberries after a pasture-raised egg and avocado breakfast.
A small post-walk snack with a collagen shake and 1/4 cup blueberries. Time them for maximum insulin sensitivity.
Use small, consistent doses. Think 1/4 to 1/2 cup per day, not handfuls or heaping smoothie bowls. Too much fructose, even natural, can still stress your liver.
Cycle them in and out.
Take breaks every few weeks to let your gut and palate reset.
Frozen organic wild blueberries are an excellent choice, smaller in size but higher in antioxidant density.
Avoid blueberry-flavored products. Skip blueberry muffins, bars, cereals, or flavored yogurts. These rarely contain real berries and are often packed with processed sugar, flour, and dyes. When you follow this approach, you unlock the true power of blueberries, not just as a fruit, but as a functional medicine tool for brain health, insulin balance, muscle protection, and anti-aging.
And the beauty is, you don't need much.
Just a small amount of the right food, in the right context, at the right time, and the benefits ripple through your entire metabolic system. In the conclusion, I'll recap the biggest takeaways and give you a challenge you can try today to start seeing results. Let us bring everything together. Blueberries are one of nature's most powerful tools for health, packed with antioxidants, fiber, and anti-inflammatory compounds that can protect your brain, support your heart, and even enhance muscle recovery. But what we've learned today is this: how you eat blueberries matters just as much as if you eat them.
Because once you pass 60, your body becomes more sensitive to food combinations, blood sugar fluctuations, and oxidative stress.
Your metabolism is no longer as forgiving, and even healthy foods can backfire if used the wrong way. We covered 3 common food pairings that can turn blueberries toxic. Low-fat yogurt, which blocks antioxidant absorption and spikes insulin. Oats, which turn a low glycemic berry into a blood sugar bomb. Whey protein isolate, which disrupts gut health and amplifies oxidative stress.
We also explored how poor timing, like eating blueberries first thing in the morning, can impair fat burning,
And how improper storage or preparation, like microwaving or over-blending, can destroy their antioxidant power. Here sits your challenge.
Try this protocol for 7 days.
Eat 1/4 to 1/2 cup of blueberries only after a meal rich in protein and healthy fat. Avoid combining them with high-carb foods like oats, cereal, or bread. Time them for mid-morning or early afternoon, after a walk or light workout. Thaw them gently if frozen and avoid over-blending or heating. Add cinnamon or lemon juice for extra metabolic support.
It's not about restricting blueberries. It's about activating their full potential by working with your physiology.
Because after 60, the name of the game is precision, not just nutrition. What you absorb, what you metabolize, and how your cells respond, that's where real transformation happens.
So if you found value in this video, give it a like and consider subscribing. I release new content every day focused on helping you optimize your metabolic health, energy, and longevity without relying on medication.
And if you want to take this even deeper, check the description below. I've included a printable summary of the Blueberry Blueprint protocol you can use as a reference in your kitchen. You deserve to feel sharp, strong, and energized at any age. And it starts with mastering small, smart choices, like how you eat a single berry